Hello, I know everyone checks in just to see if I have any news on the Global Family Group going live platform. And I suppose the last I heard was that it would be, what date is it today? Yeah, within the next week. So that would be really exciting. But meanwhile, we've all been in a way tasked with making sure that we all claim back the money that Anna von Reitz has gone towards claiming back in a major way over many years in our respective countries. And no better time, I thought, when Paschal Donoghue was our finance minister in Ireland. And he abruptly left public life to join the World Bank, which I think probably says a good bit about what his motivations have been and still are, and happily in the what's that called, impunity, in the what's that called, diplomatic immunity that bankers enjoy. Whereas if you're the finance minister, you're kind of supposed to be acting in the public interest. So the pretense has fallen. But I thought, wouldn't it be good if I actually filed uh, a, a case to impeach Pascal? And interesting, I did it. I'll read you some of it now. But I then heard that he's already under house arrest, and it was the first time it's come that close to being like, oh, okay, right, there is stuff happening behind the scenes. Yeah, we don't all have to do it all ourselves, or, that there is a real movement happening. Anyway, obviously, I don't have any proof of that. I certainly not going to be looking through his windows to see how he's doing. Oh, anyway, so public interest litigation proposed against Paschal Donoghue. And also maybe sending the claim to Harry Lawton, Alan Hartley, Kevin Kingston, Anya McCleary, Tony McMahon, Tony Morley, and Steve Pateman, who are kind of acting as central bank directors at the moment. So criminal ministerial misconduct, I investigated it because I was in Indonesia, and it turned out that quite a lot of the government were complicit in very nearly releasing any amount of gene-edited toxic mosquitoes in various cities, and some money has exchanged hands, 40 million to be exact, which is a lot of money in Indonesia. So ministerial criminal responsibility can be governed by ordinary criminal procedure. The ordinary public prosecutor can initiate cases and ordinary criminal courts judge them according to ordinary rules of criminal procedure. So I've said, please do this. I sent it to the Department of Public Prosecution. Interestingly, my previous protected disclosures, because of the way Simon Coveney set up the Protected Disclosures Act, none of that evidence. Doesn't matter how much evidence you have, how critical the information that has been disclosed. It's never passed to the public prosecutor. All they do is they write back to you and go, "Oh, thanks for that. Can you tell us how that affected your how did that affect your employment?" It's like an unfair dismissal case. It's immediately demoted from something really important that could save lives to me or whoever it is trying to prove that it's caused us a hard time, and which leaves us open, obviously, to all sorts of other claims that we're doing it for winnings, when obviously there's very few winnings to be had from releasing important information that some corporations don't want released. So anyway, perpetuation of bank fraud in public office is not in consonance with constitutional values. This is one of the cases that you can make, and I'd made it already to Geneva in April 2024, bringing about an injunction on the World Health Assembly deciding on the what's that called, international health regulation amendments. Said it has to stop until these things are sorted out. And again, this time I said he mustn't be allowed to continue acting in a public capacity or a private capacity until we've actually established what he knows, what information he's sharing. So brought by Francis on behalf of all living beings, and currently New World Alliance Head of Social Justice Europe and Global Head of External Affairs for them. So agreements that he made that could expose Ireland to existential threats. So the funny thing is that I got this warning, in a sense, from Trinidad and Tobago. That Caribbean, all those islands are surrounded or hovered over by US military at the moment. 100% unjustified, or justified on one term, but the reality is obviously another, like all wars, you know. And unfortunately, Trinidad and Tobago had already made an agreement to allow them to just set up a shop and host the US military if they ever wanted to come and stay. So even though all of the islands have agreed in solidarity with Venezuela and Cuba, and just to be in a peaceful state, and it's nothing to do with anybody of them, it's now that overrides it. So just think of the amount of agreements Paschal Donohoe has made, with Europe, with the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, with Ireland Incorporated. Keep that out of sight of the public accounts. Oh, that's my lovely actual new guitar notification sound. So I'll just stop for a minute. But just consider these things and just recognise that in a way it's terrible. He's left us 100% vulnerable, but worse than vulnerable, it's actually hostile, 100% hostile to people here. Everybody, all life actually, just purely self-interest. So anyway, I'll pause.